What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of American Horror Story 1984. This is season 9, episode 9, Final Girl season finale. Okay. Truth be told, I am glad that this is the season finale because y'all know Apocalypse and the other ones had me hyped. Even the ones that I don't know. I just started to lose kind of. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, they tied it up nicely or whatever. But it felt like a finale, and to be quite honest, it felt like they dragged this out a little bit longer than it needed to be. I get what they were trying to do, but I feel like if they wanted to make this could have been like a little movie, okay? It didn't have to be drawn out into a series, you know. But I get it. I was here for it. A little bit disappointed in how it went, but you know, it was still an okay season. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. I'll go back and watch it or whatever. But let's just get into the episode review. So basically, or I should say recap. Basically, we starting off in 2019 in the present, and we see this guy. He's in Uber. You know, at first I was like, what decade this in? Because that is a Toyota Prius hybrid right there that he's driving in. Baby, he in an Uber. So then they said it was 2019. He was taking a certain place, a certain spot, so he had to get out because he was looking for Camp Redwood. It was like private property. The road was cut off, so he started hiking his way up there. And as he gets up there and goes in, we see this old dusty wood chipper who looked like it got remnants of blood residue that's dried up and everything on it. And then we get to understand why that is later on in the episode. So, you know, as he finally enters Camp Redwood, he's taking pictures and stuff, whatever, and we don't figure out who he is until Montana pop up, and we see as he walking through the old campgrounds, where the festival was supposed to be at. The festival never happened, okay, but it's still tattered remnants of the stage and all the flyers and everything that was supposed to be up there. Mind you, the festival was supposed to happen in 1989. This is 2019. 30 years has passed, and you know this stuff is still up here. No one has came there to take it down. No one entered the camp. Then we get Montana coming up to old boy and see him because he was taking pictures of everything, and she was like, what is that? Mind you, it's an iPhone, okay? And she's like, you know, that's not a phone, just tapping it, tapping it, tapping it. And I'm surprised that he let her see the phone, but you know, of course, some people are just trusting like that because, bitch, all I'm gonna do is go like this. um as you can see, this is a phone. No, you don't need to touch it. You don't need to touch it. There you go. That's what it is, okay? Don't touch my stuff because I don't trust people like that. People will run off with your stuff. I'm a big bitch. I can't run after you. Okay, I'm not. Girl, no. Anyway, so basically he's up there trying to get some answers about his father. This is little Bobby, okay? And Montana is telling him that, you know, after this whole thing that was supposed to happen with the music festival, whatever, people stopped coming up there, okay? And it's been a long time since they had seen people come there. She didn't even know what day, what decade, what year they were in. And then when he was like, you know, I'm trying to figure out what happened up here, what happened to my father. And then when he revealed that his name is Bobby Richter, you know, she was like, you're Mr. Jingle's son? Yes, bitch. Okay. And the fact that he didn't get offended when he called him Mr. Jingles, that's something too. So she take him to this cabin, and then in the cabin, Trevor pops up, and he was like, you know, he was telling her first of all about everything that was happening, and you know, about the victims of the massacre and how she was one of the victims, and if she's really dead, how is she here? Because if she's really alive, she'd be 50 something years old, but she looks exactly the same. And then they ain't got no TV or nothing up in there. But she got in her feelings, baby. Did you see the way her face dropped when she found out that aerobics was not it? Okay, we don't do aerobics no more. We not into that stuff. We look at it as like a joke. She was like, bitch, what? You know, because that was Montana's thing. And he was like, you know, but the 80s kind of coming back with some of the clothing or whatever. The 80s and the 90s, to be quite honest. They kind of coming back. And you know, Trevor popped up and he knew exactly who Trevor was, you know, the man with the big dick and all that stuff. and he trying to figure out basically what's going on with his father, where he's at. And Montana and Trevor told him, listen, we have not seen him since we put him out there on that lake. We haven't seen him, okay? So we don't know where he's at, what's going on. And they get into this whole thing trying to show that he's a ghost or whatever, because they're ghosts and stuff like that. And you got the gun, because he had a gun in his bag. He had a knife in his bag as well. Montana was like, go ahead and shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. He wouldn't do it. And then Montana took the gun and shoot herself in the head. Okay. And then Trevor went on ahead and took his knife and slit his own throat. He was about to leave out, and he opens up the door, and that's Montana and Trevor right there. So now he's trying to understand exactly what the heck is going on. Okay. He's taken aback, like, what the hell? And I was like, well, that's what you up here for. Then we go back to 1989 when the festival happens, okay, or was supposed to happen. And we see Margaret is up here trying to get and understand why there are no acts coming in, okay? People were supposed to be showing up 45 minutes ago. They have contracts. Where are the acts that are supposed to be happening at this festival? Where you guys at? Courtney comes in. Mind you, Bruce and Richard still there, okay? And of course, Bruce is like, Richard is like, Bruce just want to find his 7th kill, okay? And then Richard, he just want to kill everybody but leave Billy idle. That's his little idol, so leave him alone. Courtney comes in there and was basically like, the reason why nobody's coming in is because Trevor is up here turning everybody away. And it was like, why would he do that? Simply because he hates your ass. So when they go down there, and we see Trevor making up excuses like a water main broke, or, this happened, that happened. And then we see Margaret comes up there and was like, what the hell are you doing? And he takes a knife out the tire of the tour bus. And the reason why he's doing this is because Courtney slipped up and told him that band got the Google Gaga, whatever the Kajuju Gaga, whatever the fuck, the band that got killed earlier, that they did and all that stuff. And then, of course, Margaret got pissed at him, talking about something, you're a lousy ass assistant, and shot Courtney in the head. I said, ain't that about a bitch? So she going and having a back and forth with Trevor, winds up shooting Trevor 3 times. Baby, that 3rd time, baby, she shot him in the leg, shot him in the stomach, and then shot him in his prize dick. I said, what the fuck? Mind you, she did it while he was outside of Camp Redwood, okay? And he was like, if you die out here, you will never come back, okay? And at this point, Montana pops up and was like, no, you can't do this. That's the best dick that I ever had. I said, that part got me. So Margaret was just gonna let him die right there. And at this point, Montana's trying to give him encouragement, like, come on, baby, just you got to drag yourself over, you got to come on over. He did it, and he was a few feet away, and then here comes Brooke, okay? She was like, what the hell are you doing, Brooke, or whatever. She got upset, and she got fearful, Montana, because she thought that Brooke was about to do some shady stuff, because of, what Montana was trying to do to her. She was like, you already took my brother away from me. Now you're trying to take the best dick I ever had away from me too? And she was like, listen, bitch, no, that's not what it is. Brooke bent down and helped Trevor come over, and gave him to Montana. And she was like, why would you help me? She was like, because I'm not you. And she walked away, because her goal was not to get back at Montana and them. She can't hurt them. That's not it. Okay, her goal is to get at Margaret, all right? And so, Trevor, he dies and he comes back, and they're all together, and they was talking more so to Bobby about how they was trying to get a hold of Bruce and try to, at this point, after that whole incident with Brooke, it changed Montana. At first, she wanted to kill every camper that came to the festival, and now she's like, no, we need to tell the other ghosts that we don't want that to happen. We just gonna come back together, kumbaya this out. We got to get Bruce and we got to get Richard off of here. We don't need them to die on this campground. So they wound up killing Bruce, faking like one of the campers from the 1970s, one of the girls that got killed on there. She faked like she was one of the, a little helpless damsel in distress, and he was about to be his 7th kill. But I think who was it that came out? Trevor came out and stabbed him with a machete, hit him on the neck, and pushed him down this ravine that has nothing to do with the camp. So therefore, he didn't die on campground. So Bruce is dead. Okay, and then here comes Richard. They was coming after him, And Montana basically lures him into this room. This the way that he did it. At first, I said, Richard, go with your first mind. Why all of a sudden Billy Idol want to come talk to you, and out of all the bands, he the only one that can get through and all this stuff? And she was like, he has to be a true rebel if he can sing this and sing that. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I said, dude, you're dumb. So she get him into this cabin, and all the ghosts are around, and they just took turns just killing him. Um, and so she said for the past 30 years, they just been taking turns watching him so that he can regenerate, because they know that he's going to regenerate, because the first time he was killed in 1984, the devil regenerated him. So even if he's on a campground, he's going to come back. So basically what they're doing is just taking turns. Every time he come back, they're going to find ways of killing him. And that's what they've been doing this whole time. Okay. I'm sorry. I got distracted. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got distracted by something that was on TV. The girl, I need to turn the TV off when I do this stuff. But anyway, speaking of Rich Ramirez, so now in 2019, they said 20 minutes earlier, okay? We got Birdie, the cook, and we got Chet. You know, they supposed to be watching Richard. They got him tied up or whatever. And she was like, it's taking him a little bit longer to come back this time. They over there playing Pictionary. She up there trying to put the moves on Chet, calling him out, talking about something. I know you like both or whatever. He said, I'm an equal opportunity lover, okay? And she was like, out of all these years, how come you never thought to go with somebody more mature? Because, baby, I can show you some things, okay? Show you and teach you some things. Next thing you know, Birdie and Chet up there kissing. I said, I mean, at this point, y'all been here for 30 plus years. You might as well do what you got to do at this point. Beggars can't be choosers. We can't be picky or whatever. This is what we got to go through, and this is what we got. Okay, mind you, as they up there kissing, we see this black stuff, like spirit or whatever, goes just lifting from Richard Ramirez, okay, like this dust, and it's just coming through, and then you hear this chanting, vengeance, 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 okay, and it unties the his hands was tied up, it unties the rope, he gets up, and he was like, seems like you two opened up Pandora's box, okay, so now they like, oh shit, he's out, he done killed them, okay. And you got Montana and Trevor still up in there talking to Bobby about what's going on. And that's when Richard comes through. And of course, you know, they was like, this whole time we've been keeping you safe by keep on killing Richard, because his whole thing is he's trying to get back at your dad for going against him and Satan or whatever. And so his vengeance will be to kill you. So we've been trying to keep you safe. So of course he says thank you, but then Richard comes in and they trying to tell him to move, go ahead and leave. But of course, Bobby don't want to fucking leave. I'm like, Bobby, get your ass up out of here. All right, I got to find out what happened to my dad. Bitch, we have not seen your dad in 30 years, okay? We told you that, all right? He's not just going to magically appear all of a sudden. And so at this point, you know, he's almost out the campground, and Richard shows up, throws his knife in his back, and I said, oh, shit. And so at this point, the other group, they catch up with Richard and tackle him, and then Montana tells tell Bobby to go to the Red Meadows Asylum, okay? Go there and ask for the medical director, and you get the answers that you need, okay? And so he does. He doesn't die, but he's still walking around wounded. He gets there, and the secretary at the desk, she's the receptionist, she's just looking all scared or whatever because of the way he came in. And he was like, I need to talk to the medical director, okay? And so she gets on the phone, and she makes it seem as if she was calling the medical director. And what actually come out were two guys and two orderlies coming to take him and, you know, like admit him in this asylum. And he tried to tell her, no, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. I'm not crazy. I'm not trying to admit myself. I'm just trying to get some answers about my father, Mr. Jingles, okay? And at this point, the medical director is Donna. I said, oh shit, bitch, let me just say this. She was like, your father, you're Bobby? And he was like, yes. So they in there talking. And let me just say this. I will say, of all the episodes and everything that they done, you know, the one thing that I will say is the fashions were true to the 80s. They got that. The hair was true to the 80s, okay? And I did say the one thing. That's two things. But let me tell you the third thing. Donna's, aka Angelica Ross, whoever was laying her head this season, all the way down to this freaking finale, Y'all did a bomb ass job. Y'all did that black woman proud, okay? Because I was sitting here like, oh, the edges was done, the not a hair on. Oh, I said, girl, she was looking good the whole season, okay? But anyway, moving on from that, she's giving him information about what happened, you know, um, what happened to Margaret or whatever. So basically, they was about to kill her ass. You know, she trying to figure out what's going on, where everybody's at. And they turned the lights out. The ghost was outside her office or whatever. She had the gun on her. They came in. Donna came in, okay, and was fighting her. Brooke came in and was fighting her. And then, I think Donna stabbed her. And then Brooke was trying to fight her off or whatever, and Brooke wound up getting a bullet to her stomach. And at this point, Donna is really pissed off because and heartbroken because Brooke and her, even though Donna kind of is responsible for putting Jingles back out there and making Brooke a target. It's like they forgave each other and they moved on and they became friends, okay? And she felt the closeness and the connection to her. And so when she got shot and she thought she died, that pain that came out, oh, I was like, oh my God, that scream. And so they wound up getting Margaret. They cut her arms off. They wasn't trying to let her die on the campground. And then they cut both her arms off, put it in the wood chipper. Okay, then cut her legs off, put it in the wood chipper. And then she was like, I'm going to still be here. I'm already dying. And it was like, well, the brain keeps on living 30 seconds after decapitation. And so they cut her head off and they threw the brain and the body, the torso, into the wood chipper and her head. But as we found out, that really didn't work because she said she had already died before they threw her in there. And so Benjamin, or I should say Bobby, was telling Donna, thank you because you're the one that was sending me these checks all my life, okay? And she was like, no, I wasn't sending you no checks or anything. And, she come to the fact, this is right after she realized that maybe she really was the final girl. But then when he said something about the checks, okay, because this is the second time that he brought that up because he was trying to figure out who it was, because he thought it was his dad that was sending him the checks. And it wasn't because the dad is dead. But then he thought it was Donna, but Donna was like, no, I didn't even know about you. No, I thought you were still up in Alaska. So I never knew anything else about you or whatever, because the aunt, the reason why he found out about all this stuff is because the aunt told him this on her deathbed, And so they was like, well, if you are getting money sent to you and it's not from me, it's not from your father, somebody else was there that at that camp that survived, and therefore maybe I'm just not the final girl. And come to find out, they found where the checks was being routed and sent from, a little post office in Oregon. They sitting outside the post office and they see this Ford truck pull up, old Ford truck, and then they follow it. Girl, it was Brooke, okay? Come to find out, Brooke's still alive. She done married and got a husband that's a doctor, got a couple of kids on her, and she was like, girl, why didn't you tell me that you was alive and all this stuff? And she was like, I did. Imagine when she opened up the door, she said, what took you so long? Okay, what took you so long to find me? And I love that whole scene because it was just them coming full circle. At first they went through that stuff and now they're together and they can possibly continue a friendship, but they just had to both get over that pain and that hurt because, like Brooke was saying, I called you a few times. I just never said hello. Because Donna was even saying how she used to go and visit Redwood, but it just became too painful, for some of the ghosts as well to see somebody that's aging and out here doing what they're doing and, living life, and they can't do that because they're stuck in their place. And so she felt the way, and she just felt like, because Brooke was like, every time I would go back or think about Redwood, it would bring back that pain and stuff. And I needed to let that go. Okay. And she was like, I'm not mad that you didn't want to come back. It's just that I'm mad that you didn't tell me that you were still here and that we can live life together. I was like, oh, So they got through that, and Benjamin, of course, he got the answers that he really wanted for the most part, but Donna can tell that he really wasn't satisfied 100%, and that he was going to go back to Camp Redwood, and which he did. And of course, he pops up, and who pops up? when he gets there, it's Margaret, okay? Margaret all up in his face, Margaret trying to kill him, and then as soon as Margaret was about to kill him, his daddy pops up, okay? And his daddy saves him. The campers come out there trying to attack Margaret or whatever. The grandmama come out there and also saves him or whatever. The dad gives him this little talk telling him to go out there, live your life, and, let me go for right now, and you see where I am, and you're going to be a good man, and woo, 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 woo. And that was basically the end of the episode. He did what he had to do. That's how it is. It wrapped it up, okay? The baby's still alive. He grown into a grown-ass man, and everybody else gonna stay out there. And Montana said, don't let them forget the 80s. Don't let them forget about us. Girl, they forget. It's over and it's done with. But anyway, that was the season finale of American Horror Story. Truth be told, I want more next season, okay? They have to make up for this. Like, I really want. Somebody asked, do I think they will make a spinoff about Marie Laveau, okay, from Coven, Angela Bassett character? I would wish they would, but 9 out of 10, they not. But y'all tell me how y'all feel and what y'all feel like the next season should be about, okay? And I'll see y'all later. Peace.